So I have just watched Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and I gotta say, I don't know why a lot of people hate it. Um, I have seen some reviews. I was a bit worried about going into the movie, to be honest with you, because I watched all the old classic ones. I watched Raiders, Temple of Doom, and my favourite, Last Crusade. I didn't watch Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I think I'm going to watch that tonight after watching Dial of Destiny, because Kingdom of the Crystal Skull I think is my least favourite out of the whole trilogy. Oh well, we can't call it a trilogy anymore, but the original ones. And Dial of Destiny, I think Dial of Destiny is much better. Don't get me wrong, there is hit and miss points in the movie. There's some dialogue options they chose that were a bit cringe, but other than that, I think it's a good Indiana Jones movie. I mean, it's not the best, and it's definitely not going to be the top in the top three of indie movies. It's definitely not going to be up there with Raiders, but I think it's kind of like in the middle of maybe above, maybe below Temple of Doom and Crystal Skull, but it's a great send-off. If you haven't seen it and want to see it, this is where spoilers kind of come into it now, so I do recommend watching it, but please don't go in thinking, okay, we're definitely going to see Indy in his prime. This is not Indy in his prime. This is an old Indiana Jones, and you kind of got to remember that. I think that's why a lot of people are not enjoying it as much, because they were expecting, I think, something more than like an old Indiana Jones, because you got to remember Harrison Ford is 80, and the movie does quite well with Indy in his fighting scenes, because at the start of the movie we get like a 20 minutes prologue to the end of the war. And basically Indy he's trying to collect the artifact, and basically he gets trapped by the Nazis, and basically this is when the villain comes in and is like, oh, the Dial of Destiny. I can't remember the name, I apologise, I am bad at remembering characters' names and all that, but Shaw, I think his second name, is basically captured when Indy got captured, and basically he has to try and get onto the train. He's trying to stop them from taking all the artifacts, and blah 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 stuff happens, and that's basically a cool section of the movie. That's the 20 minutes into the movie, and basically the D agent, this is when the D agent Harrison Ford comes in, and to be fair, the D agent is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. There is some scenes that kind of look off, but overall, pretty enjoyable. And then, basically after that, he's old, know what I mean? It's kind of like he's just tired, know what I mean? He's just a grumpy old man. And what I loved about it, actually, he reminds me of my old history teacher. When I was at high school, because one of my history teachers used to tell us some weird stories about his past and all that, and it kind of reminded me of him, because he always, he was a chuckle, you could always have a joke with him, but you knew he had a background stories, if that makes sense. And I feel like Indiana Jones was kind of like that in the movie when he was teaching his class and all that, and I thought it was pretty funny, so I got a chuckle out of that. And I can't remember her name in the movie. I think it's Helena Shaw, I think her name is. I could be wrong. She's not as bad. I think, to be fair, I think she could have been better, to be fair, but overall she's okay and enjoyable, I guess. Some of the lines she says to Indy about him being old were kind of funny. I like that kind of stuff, but I don't understand why people hate her so much. She says in a scene, in the trailer and in the movie, that it's called capitalism or something, but they made the same joke in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. When Indy's pal betrayed him, he's like, oh, I'm sorry, Indy, it's just money capitalism. So a lot of people, I'm like, what? They made the same joke, pretty much. But overall, the story was pretty interesting. This is no spoilers, okay? So they're trying to find the Dial of Destiny, and basically the Nazis want to lose it to go back in time, but it's not actually. It's weird. It is weird because it's like a time machine, but it's not. If that makes sense, they basically it's like a set time that they go back into to Rome when the guy collated it. Again, it's not a bad story, but it's not a like they're not going to remember it, if that makes sense. It's not like it's not like Raiders and the Lost Ark or Temple of Doom. Like it's not like they're not going to remember like the whole story, if that makes sense. You're just going to remember bits of it. It's not like you can tell the whole story in one go, if that makes sense. But overall, it's enjoyable. I mean, I do understand where people are coming from, saying, oh, it's not that great than the others, but then what did you expect? I wasn't expecting it to blow me away. I enjoyed it. I knew it wasn't going to be the best Indiana Jones movie ever because we already have it with The Last Crusade. Am I happy they made it? Sure. It's cool to see Indiana Jones at the cinema for the first time. I grew up with the Indy movies because I'm only like 21, so I'm still young, and I'm happy I grew up loving the Indy movies and Raiders and all that. And this will probably be the last time they make an Indiana Jones movie with Harrison Ford, so I am just pleased and happy that I was actually able to see Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones on the big screen. But yeah, that's just my little review. Not a lot of spoilers, basically. Indy wins in the end, pretty much. He gets to live his happy life. Other thing I'll quickly talk about is Mutt. So basically, it was quite interesting how they did Melian, I think her name is. I do apologise if I'm butchering her name. Melian and Mutt from the last Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. At the end of that, they get married, and then basically what happens to them. And I thought this was quite interesting what they did. So basically, Mutt, I think, signed up to the war. I think it's Vietnam, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think it is Vietnam, and he gets killed. So it kind of fits that kind of story arc with Mutt, and it kind of ends it perfectly, I think, because I wasn't a big fan of Mutt. And of course, I can't say her name, I apologise. Basically, they break up kind of thing, like they don't want to talk to each other, they're both heartbroken. And at the end of the movie, they kind of reconnect, and I thought that was pretty sweet. And now Indy and her are living happily now, like they kind of moved on. Especially Indy, he's kind of like seen a new light on things, and I thought that was pretty cool. But I hope you guys enjoyed this wee review. I apologise if the audio is not as great. I'm actually recording on my phone right now, basically just trying to get this review out quick. But let me know down below, what do you guys think? Did you guys enjoy the movie? Are you going to see it? I do apologise that I spoiled it, but I did warn you. But let me know down in the comments, and make sure to like this video, check some other videos that I've been doing on the channel. It's mainly gaming videos, but I do like to do some little reviews once in a while. But thanks again for watching, guys. You guys are amazing. Check out my social medias down in the link tree where I post random shite. Again, thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.